I watch a lot of videos about retirement. A lot of the big names, like Dave Ramsey, take calls from people who are worried about their future. Sometimes they'll say, "I'm 62 with no savings. What do I do?" And honestly, it's easy to judge them. It's easy to say, "You knew this day was coming. Why didn't you plan better?" But what's not so easy to remember is that sometimes life throws a monkey wrench into the best laid plans. Everyone has a story that led to where they are now. This is mine. Back in 2004, we bought a new house. Home prices were booming. Everyone seemed to be upgrading, and we thought, like a lot of people, that we could ride that wave. The house was bigger than we needed, but our plan was simple. Keep it for 5 years, then sell it at a profit and downsize. That was the plan, and at the time it made sense. We were both working decent jobs. Cindy was a college administrator, and I was a truss designer in the construction industry, working for a nationwide building supply company. We could afford the mortgage. Everything felt stable. And then came year 4 of the 5-year plan. In 2008, the housing bubble burst. No one was buying houses anymore. The real estate market crashed and took the rest of the economy down with it. My company tried to hang on. They kept us doing busy work, hoping for a rebound, but the rebound never came. By the end of 2008, all of us, every single designer, was laid off. The company went out of business shortly after. Cindy and I had an emergency fund, which helped, but only for about 3 months. One income wasn't enough to cover our bills. Of course, I was job hunting, but truss design is a pretty specialized field. And when the whole construction industry is collapsing, well, everyone's looking for work. I tried looking outside my field too, but when you've done the same thing for over 20 years, your options are limited. So I made it my full-time job to try to get a mortgage reduction. And here's the twist. Our mortgage company wouldn't even consider giving us a mortgage modification unless we were already 2 months behind in our payments. So much for being proactive. So we stopped making mortgage payments. I know that sounds risky, but we didn't see another option. And sure enough, once we were behind, they finally let us apply for the reduction. It took months. In the meantime, we got foreclosure warnings, which was kind of ironic considering they were the ones who told us to stop paying in the first place. While all of this was going on in early 2009, my dad passed away unexpectedly. That was a heavy blow. Now I was dealing with grief on top of everything else. No job, possible foreclosure, unpaid bills. Oh, and my unemployment benefits were running out. Then in April, I had a heart attack. According to my cardiologist, stress may have played a role. Yeah, it may have. And I didn't have insurance, thanks to the layoff. The medical bills were staggering. Fortunately, I was able to sign up for COBRA retroactively, but that came with a heavy monthly cost. Better than nothing, but still a lot when you're not bringing in income. My recovery took almost a year. That meant no job search, no real progress, just getting through each day. Eventually, we had to cash out my 401k. It wasn't something I wanted to do, but we needed to keep our house and our car and survive. Once I was well enough to work, I took the first job I could find, even though it wasn't in my field. It didn't pay much, but it was something. By then, I'd managed to get our mortgage modified. The payments were more manageable, but we still weren't making enough to save anything. A couple of years later, I was finally able to get back into truss design. But the job didn't pay what I used to earn, and we were starting over from scratch. 2009 wiped us out financially, and the ripple effects followed us for years. So now, more than a decade later, our savings still aren't anywhere close to that $1 million mark the experts say you need to retire. But we're rebuilding, slowly, steadily, and honestly, I still believe and hope that we'll be able to retire on schedule. Here's the bottom line. If you've been watching all those retirement videos and feel like you've dropped the ball, you're not alone. And it's not all your fault. Things come up. Plans get derailed. Life happens. The important thing is this: don't give up. You fall off the horse, you get back on, even if it takes a while, even if the horse is tired and grumpy and doesn't really want to be a metaphor anymore. You keep going, because sometimes that's the bravest and best thing you can do. If you stuck around to the end of this video, thank you. It means a lot to me. I think there are a lot of people out there like me, beating themselves up for things they couldn't control. Do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe. That would help the algorithm push this video out there to people who need it. And if you've had to take a few steps back in your retirement plans, share your experience in the comments section below. It may be an inspiration to someone. Thanks for watching. See you next time.